Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. So this is the first time I will have a chance to do a range test, and this is a winter range test. This is Christmas Day. It's supposed to be a lot colder today, usually in Colorado, but today it's in the high 50s, almost 60 degrees. We are going to the mountain town called Buena Vista, Colorado, and Monarch mountain to ski. So in today's video I'll share with you the winter range test, because the weather is going to drop probably down to mid-20s to 30s in the next few days, and it might snow on the way back. So we will get that efficiency test with this new Model Y Juniper. So this is a latest Model Y Juniper launch edition all-wheel drive, dual motor all-wheel drive, and it has winter tires on. As you can see here, car has Nokian winter tires on with the 20-inch aero wheels from the new Aero. These are alloy wheel with carbon fiber aero disc on them, and my car has the body kit on. So the body kit doesn't help with efficiency, but the wheels might help, and the tires are really good winter tires, and they are really efficient so far. And also have a roof rack here with the ski rack with 2 skis on the top. So today we'll have 2 adults, 1 kid in the back full of luggages, and I charge up to 100%. Let's check it out. So I think this is my first time since I bought a car in late March that I actually charged to 100%. So we are going to Buena Vista. Let me show you. As you can see here, is 123 miles one way, and it would take about 2 hours and 11 minutes. On the way there should be really okay because it's not that cold and there's no snow so far. It might be rainy by the time we get there. As you can see, it's gonna be 54 degrees by the time we get there. Right now it's 61. So today it's quite warm for Christmas Day in Colorado. And yeah, so one more thing, almost forgot. So I will change the trip right here. So as you can see here, winter wheels and tire. So far since I changed the tires and wheels, I have driven 669 miles, and this car has 5,072 miles so far on odometer. So I will reset this one. So we'll see at the end of the trip when I come home. So the round trip would be around 250 miles, and also I would be driving around that area in a few days. So I would say about 300 something miles the whole trip. So at the end of the trip we'll see the average energy use with this whole trip and see how efficient or how inefficient of the new Model Y Juniper during the winter test, during the winter season for the range. So this is not the peak of the winter. Hopefully, I was hoping for a lot colder weather, so we can, test out the tires too. Also, of course, the efficiency of the car with the battery and the motor, how efficient they'll be and how much range you will lose during the winter time. But by the time we come back, it'll be in the mid-20s or 30s. It might snow too. So stick around. We will leave soon and start driving from south of Denver to Buena Vista in a few minutes. Now let's go. Okay, before we start the trip, I forgot to mention that I just received the latest software update with the latest FSD version 14.2.2. So on this trip we'll be using that latest FSD the whole time. I tried to use as much as I could. Hopefully I don't have to intervene the whole trip. Let's go. Okay, so the FSD has been working really good so far, but on the highway I was using standard and it was driving a little too slow I was driving like 72 miles an hour on the 65 speed limit, so I have to change to hurry, as you can see, so it can drive a little faster. So when I change to hurry on 65 speed limit, it will drive about 78, which is really good speed. So I would just keep using hurry while we're on the highway for now. As you can see, we are driving on a really windy road with lower speed, but FSD it's handling really well, controlling the speed during like really tight curve and tight turns. So far so good. So the latest this is our first trip, long trip, more than 70 miles since we bought the car, so it handles really well. This is my first time using FSD on a trip this long. We already passed halfway and a little change of plan here. So originally we're going straight to the hotel in Buena Vista, but we're gonna pass Buena Vista and then skip a little town to right here, a Poncha Springs Supercharged. So we are going to get the car supercharged first, because that's the only supercharge in the area. There's no supercharge in Buena Vista. So it's about 18 miles away from Buena Vista, so we have to drive a little further out. So by the time we get there, right now we drove so far 86.6 miles, and then we have 50 miles left. So by the time we get there, we should be driving like 37 miles. All right, let's keep going. Right, we just got here at the supercharger. The car just backed up for us and ready to be charged. So far we traveled 143.5 miles, and the watt per mile, it's crazy high, 348.3, because we were driving up the mountain most of the time and was really windy too. And we at 30%, so we used pretty much exactly 70% for 143 miles. That's a lot, but again, we were driving up the mountain all the time. So I'm just gonna charge it up and then we'll keep going. So the supercharger is not 250, it's only 150, and this is the only supercharger we have here, and it's charging pretty good rate, 146 kilowatt at the moment, and the top is 150, and it will take 25 minutes from 30 to 80%. Right, we're done charging. We ended up charged a lot more than we needed, because we went to the ski shop walking like 20 minutes from here and got our daughter's ski for tomorrow. So we got 94%, because otherwise we'll be paying for stalling fees here. Just keep charging, so might as well just charge more. All right, let's go back to the hotel. Alright, so we just arrived at the hotel in Buena Vista. So far today we drove 168.5 miles and used a total of 59.0 kilowatt hour, and average energy use, it's really high, 350.4 watt hour per mile. The reason I said really high, because normally this is my average watt hour per mile is 253.7, so it's almost 100 watt hour more for this trip. So first is of course it's winter. Second, we have the roof rack, and we were driving, I think mostly the efficiency loss because we were driving up elevation, up the mountain most of the time while we're driving. And this whole time I was not driving at all. So I used the FSD, the latest FSD 14.2.2 that we just downloaded last night. And the whole time I was driving hand-free. I didn't even have to drive at all. The car just drove all the way here from South Denver to Buena Vista. So the whole 168.5 miles, all FSD. It's really nice because you don't feel tired. The car pretty much drive for you. Even on the twisty road, it did really good job. But I have to change to standard, then a regular normal highway, then I change back to hurry so it doesn't drive too slow. So we are going to a Cottonwood Hot Spring, like 5 miles from here. Later in the evening, just relax today, and then we'll go ski tomorrow. Good morning. So we are going up Monarch Mountain right now, starting from 71%. We drove around a little bit last night, so we lost some battery from there, and it's only 32 miles, but we'll be using a little bit more than 20% because it's all going up the mountain. I believe it's that mountain over there for skiing. All right, we'll see you up there. And we are here. It's really warm and not a lot of snow. It's warm winter this year. As you can see, it's only 30 degrees up here, and we have 49% left. Coming up here, we should gain battery back going back though. All right, let's go skiing. Alright, the ski was fun even though not a lot of snow, but the good thing is not a lot of people. Now we have to go down the mountain and return the ski to the ski shop. It's 16 miles away and 21 minutes, and we have 27% left. Let's see how many percent left by the time we get down the mountain. Let's go. The FSD is handling mountain drive really well. I haven't touched the car since we left the house. I trust it completely, even though it's a winding road, but it's not as high speed. And this car in the front, so it can't go super fast anyways, and on standard. All right, so we came down at the ski shop with the same 49%, so we didn't lose any battery at all. And the car doesn't want to park itself. Okay, so I had to help with FSD a little bit. All right, we are back at the Supercharger because it's right by the ski shop. Since we're already in the area and we have 46% left, and we still be in this area for another 2 days, so might as well just get a little charge up and then go back to the hotel. It's doing pretty good job backing up to charge. Now it's time to keep watching Stranger Things. I guess this is another reason why we wanted to charge, because we want to keep watching Stranger Things in the car. Alright, so we were charging at the other stall, and then it just stopped charging because it showed an error. This is part of my first time with supercharging issue, so we had to change the stall. 10 minutes left. Keep watching. So when we ended up charging a little more than we needed because it was stuck with the Stranger Things. We're going back to the hotel and see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. We are going to Twin Lakes or South Mount Albert Trailhead. It's about 20 something miles from here. It'll take us 27 minutes on FSD. We're going to hike and enjoy the view and nature of Colorado. Let's go.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
So today weather is a little colder. It's gonna get colder tomorrow too, the day we are leaving. So today is 37 degrees, and by the time we get there the battery is gonna be 60%. We left at about 73 each. It's about another 20 miles and 23 minutes. Just enjoy the view.
Then we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems.
Alright, we just got here. Wow, it's so pretty. So the Twin Lakes on the left, I think there's not a lake on the right hand side, and we got here with 60%, and the weather right now is 37 Fahrenheit outside. So we're just gonna go hiking for a little bit and then come back. Let's go hiking.
The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
I see no careful. What a view. You can see the two lakes merging right there. And a beautiful mountain in the background.
I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. When we play our roles and ignore the problems.
Alright, so we're done with the hike. It should be a lot longer, but we came with the kids, so we could only hike I think 1.8 miles. It's supposed to be 3 miles all the way to Mount Albert, but of course we didn't make it there. Probably halfway, not even close, and then came back here. Alright, so we're done with the hike for today. So pretty with the lake view and the mountain. We're going back to the spot. Probably going down to the lake and then back to the hotel. As you can see with the new FSD on the small narrow road and slow speed, even though the speed limit is 55, but it controls the speed really well because how narrow and how windy the road is. So we drove down to the lake. Wow, isn't it so pretty? Alright, so we're done with hiking. Stop by the lake. Let's go back to the hotel. I think we're gonna do hot spring later in the afternoon, and that's it for the day. It was snowing a little bit last night. I was expecting a little more snow, but it is a lot colder than a few days ago. So right now it's in the teen right now. It's 18, I think. Last night we went to Mount Princeton Hot Spring. It was really nice, and but it's so many people. It's the weekend after Christmas, so I was hoping for less people, but yeah, it was really nice. And then we came back, snow a little bit last night. Let's check out the miles so far on the trip here. So as you can see, winter wheel test, here we go. So far we already traveled 384 miles and used total of 125.4 kilowatt hour, and average energy got a little bit better since last time I shared with you. Now it's 326.5, but as I mentioned before, now it's 23 degree, not quite 18. It's getting warmer, but this is gonna be like this today. I think the highest would be 28, but we are going back up to the mountain today, to Monarch mountain, to take the kids to play with the snow tubing. So it's gonna be a little bit worse snow condition on the road, so I would get a chance to test out that new Nokian tires. But the whole trip, 384 miles, the whole time I used FSD the whole time. Not a single little trip that I didn't use FSD. So this is the first trip that I have used so much FSD like this, but it was really nice that you don't have to concentrate so much on the road while you drive. So that helped a lot with the trip. And Monarch Mountain is not too far, and it even show up right here, right below the navigation here for the recent trip. Like it already knew that I'm going back there, and it's gonna be 47 minutes from here and 39 miles. But I will try to use FSD here on town during a quick lower elevation drive. Hopefully there's not much snow on the street, but if there's a lot of if it's slippery, I would not use FSD. I think it's too risky since I have my whole family in the car. And after that, this is the last day here in Buena Vista area, Salida area with Monarch Mountain. And then we're going back soon in the afternoon after we're done with snow tubing, and go back to probably the last supercharger. And I will show you at the end how much we paid for a supercharger this trip in this many miles. And hopefully there's no snow driving back home for the long trip, 2.5 hour trip. So hopefully I can use FSD so I don't have to actually drive myself. All right, let's go up the mountain. Alright, so we're done with snow tubing, going back to Salida, and then last supercharging. We probably top it off to like 95% and then go back home. So we have 30% left, and by the time we go in town down from the mountain would be 31%. So we'll get regen back, and hopefully we don't have to stay that long at the supercharger before we leave. Okay, our last supercharging session before we go home. I think I'm gonna charge up to 85 to 90%. We'll see. So we plug it in and change to 85%. It says 45 minutes. Not too bad, 45 minutes. If we could, we're gonna adjust to 90. We'll see. Because the superchargers are full, pretty much all fill up every single station, and it's supposed to be 150 at the supercharger, 150 kilowatt, but we're getting 72 because we are sharing with our car. So we're just gonna wait in the car and keep watching our Stranger Things. Alright, we're done with the supercharging, got up to 89%. That's plenty to go back home. And since there's no snow on the street, we'll be using FSD again. So this whole trip will be FSD, and yeah, it will take us 2.5 hours to go back home. Let's go. Looks like we're gonna be using FSD the whole way here. The weather is 33 outside right now. It's kind of cold, and by the time we get home, be 28% left, which is plenty. And 2 hours and 27 minutes before we get there, and we are super tired. Good thing we have this FSD to help us drive all the way home. And we finally got home safely. Well, I used the FSD the whole time, from all the way from Slider, from the charger to home. I think intervened or took over twice, not because it was not good, just because I had to pass the car on the single lane highway. It's really hard for FSD to do it safely and quick enough for the car to pass before another car on the other lane come in. So I had to do that, and most of the time I was on just standard FSD. But on the way back, when we got to a bigger highway, we shift to hurry, so we get home a little earlier. And here is the current temperature and the time. So yeah, it took us about 2.5 hours, and it's freezing outside, 25 degrees, and some part of the highway that we were driving on the mountain was down to like 18 degrees. So that costs a lot for the efficiency of the car, much lower than it's supposed to. We'll check out the whole details later tomorrow. I'm super tired, and I'm glad to be home. I will see you tomorrow. Alright, good morning everyone. So back in the car, and let's check out the trip information right here. So we traveled almost 600 miles, pretty much 600 miles, 599.4 miles for this holiday trip. It was fun trip, and a lot of not driving, a lot of FSD driving. Even though I was driving with the FSD, but because it's at night, I would have to concentrate more, and most of the highway up in the mountain was really dark. There's no light at all. So even the FSD was driving, I would still have to really concentrate, in case the deer comes out. The car kind of stopped. It did stop once for the deer was coming out, and I was lucky that I was on FSD, because I did not realize the deer was coming out, but the FSD saw it before I even saw it, so it slowed down. So yes, driving at night, small 2 lanes highway, just 1 lane on each side, was tiring. Even though I wasn't driving, I have to focus forward with the turns, with the winding road. So yeah, even if I had to drive myself on the whole trip, it would be a lot more tiring. But yeah, we took pretty much 600 miles trip from home to Buena Vista, to Slida, to Monarch Mountain, and we went to so many different places on this trip. So this is the whole trip information, 599.4, and we used a total energy of 192.3 kilowatt hours, and the average energy of 320.9 watt hour per mile. Okay, now let's calculate that one real quick, and then we'll go through all the charging and how much I paid for it. So with this one, we have to use this to find the number of the full charge from 0 to 100% of this car. So this car has about 76.5 kilowatt hour battery capacity. So we have to convert kilowatt hour to watt hour. So basically you just time 1000, and then you will get 76,500 watt hour. And then we divide that with the average energy here, 320.9 watt hour, 320.9, and then we'll get the full range of this car during this whole winter trip. I know it was not that cold in the beginning, but the rest of the trip was in between I would say 18 to 40 degrees most of the time, and while we're driving it's about average of like 35 degrees. So not a really crazy cold winter, but it's winter nonetheless. So from the original, again, the wheels are different, the tires are different. So the wheels are 20-inch. Look at the car. It is a mess. I need to wash this thing. So the wheel is 20-inch aero wheel from the new Aero with carbon fiber aero disc. So this helped a lot on the trip with the efficiency. And also the tire is Nokian winter tire. So this is focused winter tires. Of course, you don't get the full range, the same efficiency of the original all-season tires and 19-inch wheels. So but the tires are really quiet, and I love how smooth it is. It's almost the same as original all-weather tire that came with the car, and I love the look of the wheels, except now because it's super dirty you can't see much. And yeah, so with this one, this setup, one more thing that I think that's what we lost a lot on efficiency, not only the wheels and tires, are this roof rack right here. So the whole trip, the whole time when I was driving, we had two skis up on the top with the ski racks attached to Tesla roof rack, as you can see. So that's create a lot of drag on the high speed, of course. So that drops efficiency a lot with, of course, with the cold weather. And I have the full body kit on it. I don't think the body kit affects as much as, of course, the weather, winter tires, and the roof rack. So this is what we get. So if we were to use from 0%, from 100% down to 0, you will get with this new Model Y Juniper 238 miles of range. From the original Tesla website is 327. So we basically lost about 30% of range during winter season. Would be less if you don't have the ski with you. Of course, with the original wheel, again, with the winter tires, no matter what, you will lose the range. Maybe without the ski. So in this case, if you go to a ski trip, this is probably what you're gonna get for the trip. So that's it with the range loss and the winter range for the new Model Y Juniper all-wheel drive, premium all-wheel drive. So many options now for the Model Y Juniper. Now let's go through the charging. So we charge at the same location. That's Tesla Supercharging 150 kilowatt chargers. That's the only thing that has available for Tesla Superchargers in Poncha Springs. As you can see, we charged 1, 2, 3, 5 times, and each times is 16, 10, 6, $5 and 16. So the total from Supercharging this 600 miles trip is 54.59. Not bad at all. Not to calculate the 100% that we started from charging at home, but charging at home rate is so much cheaper. That 100%, I would say no more than $7. So let's say $60 for everything from charging at home too, for 500 miles trip. 600 mile trip. That is pretty damn awesome. And the trip was really fun, was really peaceful driving, no traffic at all. And yeah, we got to take, on the way back, we had my friend Kit sitting in there, so we added one more person in the car, full of things packed in the back with the ski and then ski boots in the front, so pretty much, you know, fully packed for the trip. As I mentioned before, this is our first long road trip with the new Model Y Juniper that we took delivery of the car earlier this year at the end of March. And it's been almost 9 months since we took delivery. I didn't have a chance to actually go anywhere far, but towards the end of the year, and it was in the winter and it was cold, windy. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention during the trip back, 148 miles trip back from the charger to home, it was really windy during the drive on the mountain, so that caused a lot of drag and efficiency of the car too. Even though we were driving down the mountain instead of driving up when we drove from home to there, but the wind caused so much drag and efficiency, and it was really hard to drive. Even though I was with FSD, my hand was like underneath the steering wheel all the time, and one hand on the steering wheel actually during the drive on the mountain. But I let the FSD drive. I would say the whole trip, I would say 98% of the time. That 2% was just, you know, took over from just I want to pass another car in front of me that was driving too slow on the 2-lane highway, and that was it. Without the FSD, this trip would be a lot more tiring for me to drive. It was really peaceful. Just sit there, you know, just focus on the road and enjoy the view. This is the first time probably I got to fully enjoy the view while driving on the road trip. It's not the longest road trip. It's only 2.5 hours, but still I got to enjoy and not you know, focus on driving so much and let the car drive the whole trip. This is my first time actually use FSD on the road trip. Nothing scary at all, especially this latest one, 14.2.2. I got lucky that they sent out the update just before we left for the trip. And yeah, that's how much we spent, like about $60, including the 100% charge from home with all the superchargers that we did, and also, you know, the drop from normal summer drive or full range from what Tesla claimed to be the 327. But of course, when you do drive in this kind of weather, in, you know, situation like this with the ski rack, with a lot of stuff in the car, with, you know, a lot of people in the car, then this is the real world range you're gonna get during the winter drive when you go out for the ski trip. It's about, you know, 230, 250 miles probably, give or take. So this is all the experience that I want to share with you before you actually go out and take a winter ski trip during this winter and ski season. And let me know what you think in the comment down below about this fun winter trip, holiday trip. We took the trip right on the Christmas day, and then we just took off, and yeah, we all had fun. It was an awesome trip. We went so many places. We went skiing, we went snow tubing, we went to 2 different hot springs and so many places, and then check out the town. And yeah, it was awesome trip for the family. Everyone was enjoying it, but of course it was tired when we got home last night. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video. I will try to test the wheel and tires, especially the Nokian tires later when it's more snow out, probably in January. And thanks again for watching the whole video and for all of your support this year. Don't forget to subscribe for more contents like this, and Happy New Year to everyone. Enjoy your 2026. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down.